Hello Stampers, it's Laura with LaurasStampPad, and today I am doing the October 2024 online card class. This is completely free to watch, and you can stamp right along with me if you wish. For all of the full instructions, color photos, and dimensions, you can always download the PDF tutorial off of my Etsy shop at LaurasStampPad.etsy.com. So you can check that out below for all the details on that. Let's go ahead and get started. We are using the Snowy Wonder stamp set. Super, super cute. I love the little penguin. It's perfect for holiday cards, but also fun cards throughout the winter season. And depending on how long your winter season lasts, you could be making birthday cards, Happy New Year cards, and so many more throughout the winter season. You could even do Valentine's Day if it's still quite wintry in your area during that time. There's also coordinating dies, and these dies are super, super fun. Again, these dies can be used in so many different ways. There's a lot of things that you can do with these. At the end, I'll show you some cards that I created making a snowman face with this giant snow globe look. Of course, there's the little house. You could always do housewarming gifts, snowflakes, candy canes, and then there's also a big and a small little mountain, and there's a die that coordinates with that, and you can do some candy corn with that. I know like candy corn season is running low as it's almost Halloween, but it's super fun, and it's a great way to be able to use these dies in more ways than originally seen. There's also coordinating designer series paper, which is super cute, super fabulous as its own, but then you can also die cut images from the designer paper, which we will be doing for our first card. So for this first card here, I'm actually die cutting out these. So let me grab the die real quick, and you will see that this die will die cut out the round one, and this die will die cut out the more like bell-shaped one, and then there's the bottom that will die cut all of them. The awesome thing about this is that you can get 10 of these from one sheet of the 12 by 12. So you can see 3, 4, and 3. So 3, 6, 9, 10, right? And the sheet or the pack of paper comes with 2 sheets of all of the prints. So you can make 20 of these cards with one pack of the designer series paper. And to me, that is amazing. Like to get 20 cards out of one pack of the designer paper and just 2 sheets. Like how amazing is that? So we're starting off by folding our thick basic white cardstock. Whenever I'm using basic white for the base, I like to use the thick just so that if I stamp on it, I don't have to worry about bleed through, and it also just gives it a little bit more oomph to it. Here I took another piece of basic white 4 by 5 1/4, and I embossed it. So I used the dotted circles, but really there are so many different ones that you could use for this. And you can also use like the more debossed side or embossed side. Whenever I'm adding an embossed layer to my project, I like to use tear and tape because I feel like if I use my tape runner, then I'm smashing the print. And also I feel like this helps hold it nice and strong, and I don't have to worry about it like bubbling up or anything like that. So I'm going to use tear and tape and peel off that paper backing. I also love how easy tear and tape is. You don't have to worry about like gumming up your scissors. You can simply just tear it with your fingers. Also, I apologize for my voice. That is why I'm posting this video later than I anticipated, because I was hoping I would get my voice back. It is not coming back. apparently. So I'm just going to power through and hope that I can get through this video before it's gone completely. It doesn't help whenever you're trying to parent with no voice. There's no such thing as resting your voice. But Claire lost her voice as well. So, yeah, there's also no way to tell a child to stop talking. But I went through all of that whenever I was a kid, too. I was always losing my voice and told to stop talking. So I'm just going to place this. This is one of the smaller ones. So I'm just going to place this down. I'm using Stampin' Dimensionals for both the globe and the base. And you guys all know I'm a dimensional overuser. So yes, I'm using a lot. But that's okay. I always feel like if I put one there, I need one here. And if I put one here, I need one there. And you know how that goes. So then I end up with a million dimensionals on there. And there is our little snow globe. How fabulous is that? Then I just took a scrap piece of basic white, and I'm going to stamp that greeting, Season's Greetings. Again, you could easily stamp Happy Birthday and make this a birthday card for the winter time. You could do Thinking of You. Ooh, I need to re-ink my ink pad. So if you've never re-inked an ink pad, I just have my re-inker right here. And we're just going to go back and forth. And then let it soak in. If you really want, you could always take the back of a plastic spoon and like rub it in, but I'll be fine here. I'm just going to take my stamp and kind of dab it around. And then I'm going to sort of waste that one. And now we'll stamp this again. Fabulous. And then with this, you can always add banner tips, or you can just do a little like angled look or whatever you'd like. And again, with Stampin' Dimensionals, we're just going to add that to the top corner of our card. You could always put it on the bottom corner if you wish. Again, depending on the placement of your snow globe or the size, the round snow globe is much bigger. So you can see this snow globe is much bigger than this one. So depending on which one you're using, you'll have more room or less room and need to worry a little bit more about that placement of that snow globe. You could also leave the front of the card blank. I know that's like blasphemy to some people to think that there's a card without a greeting. I get that. If you don't find that to be a problem, then you don't have to worry about that, and you can go greetingless on the front of your card. And then for the inside, I think I'm going to do, I don't know, I was going to do like some candy canes. I think we'll do candy canes. But I thought about doing, you know what? I think we're going to do the holly, since there's actually holly on the snowman there. So let me grab my garden green, and I have my Poppy Parade. So we're just going to add some holly to the inside of our card. I always tend to do like 4 corners, and then we'll add the berries. So then this will be our decoration for the inside of our card. I won't add a greeting. I feel like that kind of pulls it in a little bit, and I tend to write quite big for holiday cards, but that is a fun, quick and simple holiday card using this stamp set. And now we're going to do our second card, which is also very quick and simple using that amazing, oh, you know what we forgot to do? Our envelope. So we're just going to add some holly down at the bottom. I feel like my stamp is going to cover up the top and then my return address is going to cover up there. So I'll just do the bottom and then maybe the back lip. I don't typically stamp the backs, my envelopes, because normally at the time of making my cards, I am not pairing them together with an envelope, because then I find that they get separated while I'm having classes and stuff like that, and then I have all these like miscellaneous envelopes without cards. But I do like to do it, and I do think it looks super fabulous. And I'm not gonna lie, whenever I see a card come in the mail and it's got one, you know it's hand stamped because of the little greetings and stuff. But it's also happy mail, and I love happy mail, so that is super fabulous as well. So it just kind of gets people excited before they ever even open it up to check the greeting on the inside. Okay, so this one is very similar as well. We have a thick basic white cardstock for the card base. And then, again, this time I use that fabulous plaid. Isn't that super, super fun? Again, that could be used for so many different occasions. Great masculine cards. Just so much fun that you could use all year long. So that's definitely one I highly suggest putting in your craft room. I better move that stamp before he gets lost, especially since he's so little. Do you guys lose your photopolymer stamps because they get stuck to things? Like they get stuck to the bottom of my laptop? Or they sometimes get stuck to the bottom of papers or ink pads, stamp sets, all of those things. Yes, I've totally lost them. So again, I'm using the tear-in tape to get that off. I wonder if you struggle with getting tear-in tape paper off, here it is. You need to take your pick tool with the Crafter's Toolkit, and this little dental looking pick just pops that off so easily. Normally, I don't really have a problem with my tear-in tape, so I don't always grab for it, but I do sometimes. So then we're just going to layer our garden green onto our Poppy Parade. And then I'm going to add this to my card front with Stampin' Dimensionals. How many of you guys actually mail out holiday cards? Do you mail out like photo cards? Handmade cards? You're lucky if you get them done in time and in the mail. I totally get that too. I still send hand-stamped cards, and I just got our family photos printed yesterday. So I do like a little collage of our family photos and pop that in there. I actually printed them. I always print like the regular 4x6 and then trim it down and hope I'm not cutting somebody off. And this year I went ahead, it was the same price. I did the 4x4s. And now I don't have to trim them down this year. So I'm super excited about that. I have been taking our family photos for the past couple of years, and it has gone really well. Whoop. How come I only have 2 of these? Well, let me find another one. Now I have 3 and no white. So this one, I just did a 1x3 inch strip of the designer paper. So again, you can get a lot of these out of the paper pack. The stripes are super fun too. but I'm going to use the holly, and I'm just going to add adhesive to the backs of those. And then I'm going to do the bottom and the top. And then I'm going to go ahead and stamp Season's Greetings on this to help with that middle placement. And when we stamp our Season's Greetings, we want to be over to the right-hand side a little bit so that we have room for that bow without like covering up our Season's Greetings. So I'm going to go ahead and add adhesive to this. And now I have the two of them. So I'm just going to kind of eyeball with my spacing, and down they go. There we go. And then I have some of the black baker's twine, and I'm just gonna do a little bow here. Pull in my loops. And trim my tails. What do you guys call like the ribbon ends? I always call them tails, but like, is that really the right word for it? I don't know. So I put down a mini glue dot and peeled off the back, and then I will put that right on top, sort of push the mini glue dot around so that it's not showing as much, push it up underneath the knot of our bow there. And then for the inside, well, this time I did more of the holly. Oh, goodness gracious. Look what I did. Well, that is a bummer. Let's see. There's a couple options here. Let's try to pop off just the greeting, and we can flip the greeting around. And if that doesn't work, we can always cut off the card front and put it on a different base. So I have a little bit of what do you call this? Floss, dental floss, and I slid it right under there. And you know what? It works like a charm. Let's add a little bit more adhesive just to be on the safe side. Saved the day. Oh, how fabulous. Okay, if you've never done that before, dental floss. I'm all about the tricks today. This is why these videos are awesome. Because whenever I'm stamping along with you guys, I make mistakes just like you do, so don't feel bad. But dental floss, and then you just shimmy it under the cardstock, and so it doesn't like peel the cardstock back because it shimmies nice and even down there, and you don't have to worry about it, and it breaks the seal of that adhesive without ruining your project. So I use more dental floss in my craft room than I do in my bathroom. But I'm trying all the time, or at least that's what I tell my dentist. And then there's some fabulous holly. And then we'll add some holly to our envelope as well. Doing it a little different just to mix it up. So I did it just on the lip. But that is card number 2 for this card class. And here is card number 1. Definitely vote in the comments. Let me know which one so far you are loving. And we'll get started on card number 3. Okay, so card number 3, we're branching out a little bit on our color combinations here. As you can see, I'm using Poppy Parade and Petal Pink. Some of you may think Petal Pink is not really a Christmas color or even a winter color almost, but I think it looks super fabulous together with the Poppy Parade and that adorable little snowman, or I'm sorry, penguin. So again, I feel like a broken record here. where I have a card base of Poppy Parade, and then we have Petal Pink as our embossed piece. I have two pieces of Petal Pink. One of them is going to be embossed with the folder of your choice. Again, I use that fabulous plaid because I feel like it is so classic, so fun. I didn't really want to use the dots again, just because I felt like the dots might have felt a little too like circular. Like I felt like it worked really well with the snow globe because the snow globe is circle and it's right in the middle and super fun. But like I didn't want there to be this focal point since I had the greeting and everything on the bottom. But you could also use that one if that's your preference, or possibly if that's the only one you have. It would still look fabulous. So I'm going to go ahead, again, add this to my card front with Terran tape. I really love how embossing folders add so much to your card without like adding to your card. Like they don't really, let's make sure I do this one right. They don't add, you know, a lot of like layers or like, it's not an additional piece of cardstock or anything like that. It's simply just this stunning impression that just adds so much. And embossing is not consumable, so you can emboss your little heart out and get so much from it. So here's the designer paper I'm using, those super fun candy canes. Again, since I'm using it on an embossed image, I didn't put dimensionals on it. I put dimensionals on my penguin. So I went ahead and used Terran tape for that, and I'm using Terran tape for this. So this is the hexagon punch. And again, you could use a label punch, label die cut, whatever you want, just something to give. You could even really just do a square or a circle if you wanted for this image. And we're just going to add that over the top of our little strip of designer paper. And then we have the two trees. I did the trees in garden green, and that is with this little fun die. And let's see, I might be able to use, I think it's going to pull. No. Okay, I think I'm going to use mini glue dots. I did get some adhesive on there, so I'm going to put one mini glue dot. And we will add this up top. This one I'm just going to use mini glue dots. I almost ripped my little tree in half, and that would have been tragic. Since it has those like slit lines in it, it started to pull apart when the adhesive was pulling. Okay, and then we have, let's see, where did my scrap, here it is, my scrap white, and we're going to use Memento black ink and that cute little penguin. So we're just going to ink him up and stamp him down. Okay, so he didn't come out super fabulous. So I'm going to ink him up again and try again. And you can go with that. I will show you how he doesn't look like super solid. And I'm going to show you how you can fix that. So I took, I took my basic black Stampin' blends, and I actually just kind of like filled in some of those dots. And then I'm not going to lie, whenever I did this class in person, everybody's like, how did you get yours stamped so perfectly? I'm like, oh, I didn't. Absolutely not. Mine's not perfect either. I just fixed it a little. I found that like the more times you stamped it, like it's almost like the stamp got like seasoned. But now it's like it needs to be seasoned again since I put it away. So I just filled it in, and you actually cannot see like those lines of where I inked it. So no worries with that. And I also got out another pumpkin pie and did the nose and the feet. And that's just a little extra added touch. It's not necessary. So we're just going to pull in our little mini cut and emboss. And die cut out our penguin. So there we have our little penguin, and we can add him to our card front with Stampin' Dimensionals. And this sheet just ran out, so no dimensional left behind. I'm still going to use that border trim. And add this to our card front. And like I said, he's on with dimensionals. Everything else is on flat. And then we have our Let It Snow greeting that's going to go on here with those little candy canes. So one little candy cane, one little candy cane, and of course we'll do candy canes on our envelope as well as on the inside. And let it snow. Fabulous. Okay, so more candy canes on the inside. And some candy canes on the envelope. Do you guys like candy canes? Traditional ones, or do you like the new ones that they have now where they're like, oh, they have everything. Starburst and Jolly Rancher, and I don't mind. I'm not a huge regular peppermint one. I like the Starburst and all those other ones, but they're such a funky shape. Why can't we just have a little candy that we pop in our mouths? So I will say candy canes aren't my favorite, just because I feel like I just need to eat it quickly so that I don't have to worry about having it hanging out of my mouth. So that goes on the inside, and this goes on with dimensionals. And you know what? This trim actually will work perfectly for a long skinny greeting like this. So we're going to go like that. And then do that again for the other side. That way we have a nice flat greeting. And again, like I said, no dimensional left behind. Use that outer trim. It works just the same. And then I angled this just for some fun because I didn't want to have to worry about making it straight, making it perfect, making it lined up. So I angled it and was just you know what? Now I don't have to worry about whether it's lined up or not. And then I added some of these fabulous little snowflakes. So I kind of find it best to reduce down to a smaller amount. And then I took my fine tip glue pen and just added dots. So I'm going to add a dot of glue here and here and there. So there's 5 dots. Put my cap back on. Set these in each of those glue dots. And my best tip for this is to do this as the very last thing. I am done with this card now, and I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to set it aside so that it can dry. If you touch them, then they're going to move again because it's liquid glue and it takes a while to dry. But if you just set this aside, then whenever you grab for it later, it'll be nice and dry and they'll be nice and secure. So if you're but the glue's not holding, it's not going to hold right now. It's still wet and it's going to move. But there is card number 3 with the cute penguins. And again, we have card number 2 and card number 1. So cute. Now, let's get started on card number 4. And this one has that adorable snowman who I think is so cute. So this packet is the pool party. And we have a fun fold. Super cute. Loving that. Okay, so what we did is I took a regular card base and I actually just trimmed off an inch. So it's just an inch shorter on that card front. So you can either cut a regular card base and then fold it in half and then cut an inch off the front, or you can cut it in the beginning and then just score at 4 1/4. And then that will be the inside of your card. But this strip actually goes on the white and this strip goes on the front. And you can actually, vice versa these. If you like the plaid on the front and whoop. And wish to do the snowman on the inside, you certainly could. So this goes here. And then before I actually put this on, I'm going to have it like this, just as like a spacer. And then I'm going to stamp before I secure this on. Especially how things are going today, with me getting things backwards and stuff. I want to make sure that my stamping is good before I secure that piece of designer paper on. So I'm just going to clean my season's greetings. And then we're going to ink it up in Pool Party. Fabulous. Let's see, what else? Oh, I did do some of the little snowflakes on the inside as well. So we'll just add some to the corner down there and here and here. Okay, I'm happy with my stamping, so now I can go ahead and add my designer paper. Oh, there's like a really good snowman right there, but I am going to cover him up and use the other side. And this is going to go flush with the edge of the white. And then you can add this. Oh, don't add this just yet. I almost forgot. So we have our garden green with that little 1/2-inch tab. And so what we want to do is we want to put this in the center. So center it up and down and fold that little tab to the back and press. So you can use adhesive if you wish to use tear and tape to like make it nice and secure. You certainly could do that as well. So now we know it's really good. And then now this can go in our card. So that's going to go in there. And that is going to be your little flap. So our little snowman that we're going to do on our basic white. Oh, what in the world did I do there? I need to cut that down. So that's going to go on there. So in order to get the correct placement for your adhesive here, again, I like to use tear and tape. And I'm going to sort of like place this down and put my finger right there and then scoocha-boocha out of the way. That's what I say to my kids, scoocha-boocha. Sorry, I don't think it's a real word, but it works for the kids, so I'm going to tell my paper that as well. Okay, so now we're going to add this Poppy Parade piece. And I did it flush with the edge of the green there and press. And it's like a little buckle, a little closure. How cute is that? And then for some reason this piece is not the right size. So we're just going to chop off a little 1/4 inch, I think. I think that's what it was off. Yes. Okay, and then we are going to stamp our snowman down as well as our snow. So the snowman I did in Memento Black. And I did add a little orange nose. And then I took the snow in that pool party and just stamped like around him. Make sure I didn't fall off anywhere. But there we have our little snowman. And then now we can add that to the Poppy Parade. As our little closure. And then I added some snowflakes, same as I did last time with the fine tip glue pen. So this time I added it. No, I did add 5. So I did 1 up here. I'm going to do 2 up here this time. And then 3, 4, 5. And then we'll just pop a snowflake on there. So 1 down here. Ooh, those are kind of like across from each other rather than like angled, but I think it'll be okay. I don't think anybody's like noticing the exact placement of my snowflakes, but it just adds a little extra. Like some of them, like the only one you can see there is the green one, I feel like, on camera. So you can see they add like a little texture. And again, I want to be gentle until they fully dry. And we can always add some snow to our envelope. I didn't intend to go all the way around like this, but for some reason it was calling my name, so here we go. I guess I might as well keep going, right? Can't stop now. Can't stop, won't stop. Okay. How cute is that, though? I mean, come on. So fabulous. And that is card number 4 with that fun front closure. Again, make sure to do the snowflakes as the very last thing that you do for your card. And then just set it aside and let it do its thing and dry. There is card number 3. Card number 2. I almost forgot which one was 2 and which one was 1. And card number 1. Let me know in the comments below which one your favorite one is so far, and we'll get started on card number 5. Okay, so now here is card number 5. This is a fun, like, flip down where it's got those fun mountains up top. And then, of course, it also decorates the inside of the card. So this uses a 4 1/4 by 11 piece of designer paper. And we're going to fold it in half for that card base. And then we're also going to fold that flap down. So this flap measures 1 1/4. And so we're just going to fold that down. And then we have our adorable penguin paper, and we're going to add that to the bottom. So this is going to go down here. And then we have some of that fabulous wood grain, and that is going to go on that flap. So it's going to go on the front of the flap, not under it. So it actually goes like right here. And then this pom-pom ribbon, super, super cute. Although I have to say this is like a decorative, well, I mean, aren't all ribbons kind of decorative? But more of a decorative ribbon because like I don't think I could like tie a knot or a bow without it being like super chunky. So I'm just going to add a little dab of adhesive there. It's going to get covered up. So if the ribbon doesn't fully cover it, no worries. So this is just going to go along the center there. And then we're going to tack it on the back side as well as secure this flap down. So I'm going to go ahead and bring that pom-pom ribbon around to the back and go across with our tear and tape. And then secure this side as well. And let's just add a little bit more tear and tape. So we have that. So our ribbon is secure on the back side of this flap, and we're securing this flap down. So it's going to go down like that. So now we have this fun little flap. I thought about making this a pocket card and securing the sides and stuff and then sliding like the insert down in it. But I didn't like that the insert had to be quite a ways in to account for that adhesive. And so then it looked, I don't know, it looked off because like, you know, it was like really far in and it was kind of stiff to be able to do it. And I thought, no, I'm just going to allow it to open and close just like that. Okay. And then you can actually decorate this however you wish. So I did a little Poppy Parade house, and all of these are actually put on with Stampin' Dimensionals. Are you surprised there? One, I did it because of the pom-pom ribbon and wanting to make sure I went in and around the pom-pom ribbon and knew it was going to be kind of lumpy anyway, but also just for the fun. So I kind of did the house in the center, and then I stamped some trees in the garden green. And I will say that there's 2 different sizes of trees. So there's a couple different sizes. And then don't forget that there's this style of tree. So, but this is a stamped tree, and he's just going to go like a little bit lower. And then for the label and the greeting here, I actually use the Christmas labels dies. So stunning. You guys, you need the dies no matter what. And even though the dies like coordinate with the stamp set, with the outlines and stuff, it also works with other ones. Like, look how fun this is. So I did Let It Snow. That one I did Season's Greetings. Based off of the size, I don't know that Season's Greetings would fit on this, this label that I did for this card. But I also thought I would mix it up because if you die cut all 4 labels at the same time, then you have 4 labels with 1 crank through, and then you could just pick a different greeting versus always doing the same one. So, we're going to go over the tree a little bit, I guess. And then I'll add this one, and this one will actually go under the tree. But I'm going to add this one with a mini dimensional so that he can kind of lay a little bit on my greeting and and a little bit on the house, and the dimensional is like falling in right there. And then I have a penguin. And again, with the penguin, you can use your black marker, your black blends, to color him in if you don't get a nice black solid image. And then I added a little bit of pumpkin pie to his nose and his feet. And so I'm just going to kind of tuck him in there. Super, super cute. And then we have our basic white. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it in here. I'm not going to adhere it because, you know, just to be safe with stamping. And then I have my basic gray and those two little mountains. So I have one mountain and two mountain. I'm actually going to scooch that to the other side. So we want our mountain to be like right at the top. So I'm just going to stamp that first one. That one's a little low, but that's okay. I'll kind of like stagger up and down. And so now I'm just going to go along that line. I don't necessarily need the card once I have done that. So there's another mountain and a little one. And I went like a little higher with that one because I knew that I was like low, so I can go a little lower with this one. And then a little higher with that one. I did try a stamped off look with the mountains, and I'm not going to lie, I didn't really care for it. I felt like they looked too light almost. And so I decided not to. And then I actually have like a leftover tree here that then you can always add in. You can also add lots of trees if you wish. You could do trees instead of mountains if you wish. So I'm just going to add that little tree right there. You could always do it to like cover up like a boo-boo if you stamped a bad one or something like that. Then that would work to cover up a boo-boo as well. After all, why do we embellish? To cover up boo-boos. Nothing wrong with that. Claire made a mistake when she was writing out a card the other day. And she's like, what am I going to do? It's pen. It doesn't erase. And I said, keep going. We'll put a piece of white over it and we'll write on the white. But before we secure the white down, we're going to write on it. And then, again, I used the fine tip glue pen and added in some of those snowflakes. So we're going to do one in the center of the house there, some around the greeting, and I might just leave it at that, at 3. I know that seems like weird, but I felt like, you know, then I'd have to do like 2 farther down, and then that would be like offset. And so I'm going to put one on the house, and then one over here, and one over here. How cute is that? And then what do we do on the envelope? I don't know. Do we want to do mountains? Do we want to do trees? I actually think I want trees. So I like really buggered up this clear block, so I need to be careful. I probably should just clean it before. Oh no, it didn't come out solid. Let's see if I can line it up again. Nailed it. Oh, that was a scary one though. And the little tree. Maybe I'll do the little tree on this side. There. And on the back, I'll do the little house. So cute. Oh my goodness. How fabulous is that? And that is card number 5 from this class. I need to be careful that my snowflakes dry. Here is card number 4 with the snowman. Card number 3 with the penguin. Card 2 with the hollies. And card 1 with the snow globes. How cute is this class? Let me know in the comments which one your favorite one is. And I'm going to show you 2 more samples that I actually did using the dies with some other fun holidays. So I also made this super cute one, again using that plaid. And then this uses the snow globe, the base, the holly, and then all of those things. This is the tree, but I just chopped off the trunk of that. And then the eyeballs are, or the whites of the eyes, are these fabulous snowflakes. How cute is that? And I actually have already mailed out the jack-o'-lantern card, so I'll insert a photo of that right here. Isn't the Snowy Wonder set so fabulous? I think that you need it in your craft collection because it is versatile and fun to use, not only for the holidays, but through the winter season and even other seasons. Have fun. I hope you enjoyed this class. Let me know in the comments below which one your favorite one was. Don't forget to like and subscribe and check out my Etsy shop, LaurasStampPad.etsy.com, so that you can see this tutorial as well as all the other ones. Happy stamping, everyone. Bye-bye.